When I was 20 years old, I was in a very difficult time in my life, trying to decide my future and what I was made for, and very self-focused and just considering me. And with that came a heaviness on me, and an awareness of my sin and almost like a condemning burden. And it was a horrible place to be. And I went into my prayer closet to spend time with the Lord, and I just came before him so broken and so ashamed of myself and my sin. And as I just knelt before him in his presence and just saying, God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for these sins. I'm sorry for these weaknesses. I'm sorry that I don't know what I need. And in that moment, all of a sudden, in my mind's eye, I saw him. I saw Jesus. And he was so beautiful. And when I saw him out of my mouth, it just came out almost subconsciously. It just came right out. And I said, what? You're so beautiful. Why? You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. And in that moment, I forgot all about all my weaknesses, all my failures. Everything was gone in the light of his radiance, in the light of his majesty. And there's nothing like him. And to me, that represents what worship is. It's getting lost in the greatness of who Jesus is. It's getting lost in the beauty of his face. There's that old song, is turn your eyes on Jesus, look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim. And it's true. Our culture has become so introspective and so self-focused, and you can see it even with the selfies that everyone's, posting all over the internet, this longing to be seen and known. And as a result, I think people are sad. When you look at yourself, we're so weak, and when all you're looking at is brokenness, there's no question why, in my mind, there's so much depression in our society. But really, we're all made to look at God. We are made to gaze at him. He's the only place where there's hope and where there's life and where there's peace. We were made to gaze, but not at ourselves. We are made to gaze at Jesus, the only source of true beauty. Worship is about getting lost in his presence. It's about seeing him for who he is and embracing the bliss of self-forgetfulness. There comes a point in worship when all eyes are on Jesus, and every heart is focused on him, and suddenly his presence comes, and you realize it's all about him. It's only ever been all about him. And in that moment, there's a freedom, there's a release that comes knowing that this isn't about me. It was never made to be about me. This is all about Jesus. The safest place to be is lost before the presence of Jesus. When Jesus comes into a room, everything changes. All eyes turn. All attentions are refocused to where they were meant to be, gazing at the glory of the risen one. And with his presence comes all the attributes of his character. Where there is darkness, light comes. Where there's oppression, his deliverance comes. Where there's sickness, healing comes. And God reveals himself in his greatness, and all we can do is just bow before him.